Dak the quarterback under the most pressure to win a Super Bowl? Neek.
Absolutely not. Not in the NFC, not in NFL. I think when we came into the season, the expectations for the Cowboys were very low. Then we found out that their team is better than we thought they were. So, yeah, I think Dak has a chance to take this team to the Super Bowl. But Aaron Rodgers is the guy. I think it's obvious that Aaron Rodgers is the guy who has the most pressure on him right now to win a Super Bowl. And then after that, I go Jimmy Garoppolo. After that, they tried to run him out of town. No, they actually did run him out of town. And then they brought him back. So, he's the guy. Those are the two guys that I think have more pressure on him. Dak will be back next year. This is not the team that we thought was going to win the Super Bowl. This is not the version of the Cowboys that we thought had a chance to win the Super Bowl. The fact that they're hanging in there right now, I think, is impressive and, frankly, a testament to what Dak means to this team.
I think that the rock of the team is their defense, not Prescott. He said that Prescott is the key. I don't buy that. I don't put Rodgers in the mix there because they're 4-6. So I don't expect them this year having a bad year, and he is not going to recover.
Yeah.
I think the two quarterbacks to me that have as much pressure, if not more, than Garoppolo, than Prescott. You name one of them. I totally agree with you. Garoppolo, he overthrew the wide open receiver there, Emmanuel Sanders against Kansas City. Last year, he didn't play great against the Rams.
You think Garoppolo?
I think there's some pressure on him.
He's starting by
But
default.
I think that with Lance sitting behind him, he gets the last laugh if they win it all. Mm-hmm. There's always that doubt about him. He's not beloved around the country as far as the football fan. I think he's one. And I think Josh Allen is too. I think Josh Allen, they lost to Kansas City. They beat Kansas City this year. Mm-hmm. Lost to him last year in the two playoff games, the last 2 years. He has not played well the last 2 weeks. He's trying to do too much himself. Buffalo, as a city, thinks that this is their year. Right. This is our turn to beat the. Think about it. The Bills beat the Chiefs and may not get home field. And the Chiefs' schedule's a joke. So, because they're going to get home field. So, to me, I think at the end of the day, if they don't get to a Super Bowl, I think a lot of people are going to blame, not in Buffalo, but around the country, are going to blame Allen. Geez, you beat Kansas City, and you lost the Jets, you lost to Minnesota, you did that, and we didn't get to the postseason. So I think Allen got a little pressure, too. Say again?
He's banged up.
Oh, I don't want to hear it. There's an old line.
What?
Jimmy Connors.
Give it to me, classic.
If you're injured, don't play. If you play, you're not injured. Okay. I can't evaluate these injuries. If you're out there playing, play the game. You agree?
Absolutely. Same team, buddy.
It's so touching. It's just so touching.
He's my pal.
It's just so touching. Here's the deal. Couple of things. You're both wrong. As it pertains to Josh Allen, maybe that's a more compelling argument. But let's throw him aside for a second, all right? Because I agree with him about the city of Buffalo, the pressure, Bills Mafia, 4 straight consecutive Super Bowl losses in the 90s and all that. I get all of that. So all of that is going to foment, it's going to build, and I definitely think that you can make an argument for Josh Allen. But I'm going to make this argument for Dak Prescott as it pertains to the most pressure. I would agree with your argument if we were coming into the season. My issue is, where are we right now? Let's analyze Dak Prescott. $95 million man. $95 million over 2 years. Jerry Jones, the star, the popularity, America's team. Mortality, he believes, is knocking on his door. Time's running out. He said this stuff. It's on the record now, right? We got that to point to. We got a backup quarterback that some say has looked better than Dak Prescott has looked. Do I believe that? No. I don't believe that. Cooper Rush is not better than Dak Prescott. I would never disrespect or insult Dak Prescott like that. But Cooper Rush did come in and do a decent job, okay? He's got a QBR 9 points higher than Dak Prescott. We got to take that in consideration, all right? That's true. Then we got to take into account the roster. Yeah, Amari Cooper's gone. Michael Gallup's still there. CeeDee Lamb is still there. Schultz is still there. Offensive line ain't trash. Ezekiel Elliott's been injured. When he's been injured, the backups coming in averaging 6 yards a carry and getting over 100 yards a game. So you take all of that into consideration, and I didn't even mention a defense that, at least against the pass and getting to the passer, is pretty damn elite. And everybody talks about, you got to fear these brothers. This is the mighty Quinn, Coach Quinn, the defensive coordinator, got this defense playing lights out until the last couple of games where they gave up a boatload of money or yards on the ground. The point that I'm making, if you look at the Dallas Cowboys, so many of their issues is resolved if one man shows up and balls out. That's the quarterback. And so when I look at it from that perspective, and I look at all of those other things that I mentioned, and the popularity of the Cowboys and all of this other stuff, there you have it. And last but not least, to the Dallas radio station out there, you know my number. What you call Jerry Jones for? You know my number. I'm right here. You want me to reiterate what the hell I said? You know what Stephen A. said about you? Did you hear the latest that Stephen A. said? I said it, and I meant it, okay? Now, Jerry Jones ain't going to take the position. Oh, what the hell is Jerry Jones supposed to go on the radio and say? My quarterback ain't playing up to snuff.
No, he said he's hot and cold on you.
He's, of course,
Yeah.
that's my Libra buddy. But he should be hot and cold on me because he got love for me, but he don't like me talking about his Cowboys because he knows I can't stand those stinking Cowboy fans. But thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.